In this Solidworks tutorial, I'm just about to show you how to model semi-organic, I would call this ring, using the sweep tool. And we'll learn also using Photoview, the light version of Modo, how to do glass render like this. File new. And if you were to make measurement for 3D printing, you would go millimeter here. And here the trick is to use three separate sketch, two from the top and one from the front or right. So let me show you. So top plane, circle, click here. Okay, and exit the sketch. This is your first one. Now draw a new sketch on the same plane, like this. A circle, and this one you'll offset it. How much, I'm not sure. Yeah, something like this. You can always move it like this back. I think it could go back a little bit. Exit the sketch. So we have, I'm just middle click and drag. We have the two sketch on the top. And now I'm going to pick the front and I'm going to draw, sketch, a circle. Voila. We could go Control 8 for sure. The main thing we want to do here, actually I'm going to remove this to show you. Delete, that's the coincident. We want this, so we are editing this sketch, the small circle. We click here, shift click this one, and we do a pierce. Pierce, it's almost like a normal two, it's going to align them, it's like a normal two relation. And we're going to do another one here, but we need a point here. So I'm going to put a point there, like this, and then select this point, shift click this, and do another pierce. So now they match. So here we could sweep it already, it will work, but I want that ring to be a little bit more interesting. So we go Control 8. And we could change here the profile. On the inside is a bit more tricky because it's following a rail. But outside you should be able to do quite a few things. So I'm going to draw a quite large circle and move it back. And I just realized it's not big enough. So I'll just drag here. Voilà, something like this. And now I'm going to go trim, like this. Perfect. We could put chamfer or fillet, so I'll go with fillet here. And this might be too big, so let's try 1 mil. Yeah. And we could go a hair larger, 1.5. Voila. Exit the sketch. And now we can go under Feature Sweep, select the cross, select the path. The outside one should be the first path. And here under Guide Curve we can pick the second one. I'm going to select the top plane. And if we want a new plane, I can just go Control Drag. Or you could draw on the top plane too. You don't need a new one, it's just to show you. In here I'll draw another circle, Control 8 to be normal too. And I'll do one. And then I'll go Extrude, Cut. And say OK. Finally, we could also do a sweep cut to remove more, but or a 3D fillet like this to smooth out the transition a little bit. I think 10 is too big. We'll go 2 and 2 here. That's going to help us make the glass look like glass. What else did I do? I think I twisted it a little bit. I went Insert, Feature, Flex. Click here. Go Twist. And I think I just did, I forgot, 18 degree, just to give it a bit of an organic look. And we could move the twist up too. And I think we're ready for rendering. So we'll go make sure this is turned on, photo view. If not, you go on the add ins and you turn on photo view. So once again, photo view is a small version of Modo. We'll be using this tab quite a bit. This one also. So the first thing I'm going to put on environment for lighting. This one is pretty good. So I double click. And now we can see we have a few softbox that will light. And we have a backdrop here. So that's pretty good. Perspective to fake a camera. So it looks like we have a perspective. What else? We'll go edit scene to tweak our environment. And this is where I can trick him and say X, Y. And he will move this up. We could also rotate the ring. I'll show you how to do that too. Here you could change the highlight. You see where the light are, if you don't like it. And to turn this, we can, a quick way of doing it is feature, move, and click here. Make sure you're in, sometimes there's more menu here. Here, this is the default one, and you go use translate. And here you could rotate it. Voilà, it's a hair too much, but we'll get it. With this tool, you can also make a copy. So feature, move, and here you can say copy. So now the new one, you get a new one for the same price. And you could do a different rotation on that new one, things like this. So let's find a sweet spot. Actually, let's try it. Preview. So now Modo, so you said turn on perspective. And we can try different appearances. So under organic, you have wood, liquid. The liquid are pretty good. Let me show you the red wine. And you can say to the whole body or just the sweep if you want the inside to be different. Here I'll go the whole body. Voila. And now we can also do one. This one is a bit dark. So let's try another one. And it should replace. If it doesn't, you can go here and remove it. Now here you can tell that there's too much refraction. So you can go edit, right click. And you could change the color here. It's as simple as this. So let's make it red. If it's too saturated, you can go here, tune down the saturation and maybe a bit the brightness. And here if we go advanced, illumination, you can change, you see the refraction, I can go maybe 1.2 or 1.5. Here I actually prefer 1.2. And sometimes when I do ring, I like to have contour, have some little line trace. So let me put another one. Here we have glass. This is a thick glass, so we can go thick. Another red one. This is more like amber. Very dark. So to get more light here, one thing you can do is go back to edit scene. And you could play with the environment here. Turn it. And you might get a light from the side. It's going to give you more. Like here. And we can also go option. And this is where, make sure this is maximum. This is usually 8, I think. And sometime on the glass, he'll give you, this is mostly for glass, he'll give you black spots. So sometime on thick glass, I would go 12 or more. If you're going to Modo afterward, if you're going to save this to an LXO, put this at 1.0. Here we can go contour, this one. And now you have to do a final here. Now if you do a final, control middle click to pan. zoom out a little bit. If you want to rotate this one more, you can go insert feature, move again, pick this one, and you could rotate just a hair more. Voila. So then we can go final render, and here we'll get the ink. So here it rendered the ink only. That's a mistake. Sometimes I do this. It could be you can get very pretty ink. It's when I was on the option. You wanted this one. Voila. Voila. So now you can go. You could play with the bloom, but I don't think here it's bright enough. If you wanted a glow, you have to go down. You see it's blowing up now here. So here it's not. I use this mostly with metal. And I'll show you a few tricks in Photoshop. We'll go like ring test. And now if I go in Photoshop, I can go image tone. I use this a lot. Control Shift F to edit fade to just put a little bit of it. This algorithm is actually excellent. 10. Then we can do a color. Control Shift F. Then we can do a contrast. Just a hair. And if we want, we can even do often with CG images I remove a bit of saturation, just a hair, and I compensate with the vibrance. You can also, if there's some dark area like here, go shadow highlight and bring it down a lot, just like a hair, you see. And sometimes I don't think here we need it. I will do also a filter, a blue or yellow, and I'll tune it down a lot. Here yellow could work. And same thing, Control Shift F. And here we're talking like just a grain of salt. So you see I open, it was like this, and now it's like this. Here I prefer this one. Sometimes I color correct a lot and I go back and the beginning is actually nicer. So